Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back! Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are doing the finale of Daryl Dixon Season 2, The Book of Carol, and what a ride it's been. I'm genuinely excited to see where things end up here. We know Season 3 is greenlit, but who knows how this season's going to end.
Carol fessed up. Ash is pissed off. Laurent wants to go to America. Not enough room on the plane. I'm real curious to see how this one's going to play out.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how they're going to lead us into Season 3 with this episode right here. Let's go!
Where I'm from.
With the guitar.
They say you blow on those to set your wishes free.
In French, it's called pissenlit. Because if you eat one, it makes you pee in bed.
Found this in the trunk of a car. Did what I could with the strings.
Freebird!
Hey, Freebird!
You're not coming, are you?
Somebody has to stay behind. Makes sense that it's me.
I'll catch the next one.
Every time something good happens, something bad comes to ruin it.
It's only temporary.
That is the world of The Walking Dead.
It's a long way to America. You'll be all alone.
I've been alone before. I'll make it back.
You can't promise that.
I can't promise that. I'll see you again.
Just have to have Ash make another trip back with the
Yeah.
little plane.
This is a prime spot to be like, I'm Daryl fucking Dixon.
I always get what you want.
I'm glad the guitar is out of tune.
I was just going to say that it's a little out of tune, makes it seem a lot more real than all of a sudden, hey, it's guitars.
Just my phone. Get what you need.
Oh,
no emotion.
wow. And they're going real heavy on the under eye black on Daryl. this
Well,
episode.
he was beat up pretty good.
So they set the table with Daryl holding himself back from the flight. It's going to be interesting. I don't think the plane goes up.
I think only Ash and Laurent go. There's no way Carol's going to leave Daryl here by himself.
Zero.
Well,
chance.
how did I not even think of that? Ash and Laurent go. It's kind of like he's got his son back. Daryl and Carol stay to find their way back, and now Ash has a purpose to save Laurent. Oh,
Yep.
You.
I want you to know that I won't be coming with you.
Okay, there we go.
I want you to take Daryl and the boy.
You bring me here under bullshit pretenses, so now I should do you a huge fucking favor.
Well, it's fun, wasn't it?
You want to punish me, I get it. But you won't be doing any worse than I'm already doing to myself. Please don't take it out on them.
Le château avait été converti en hôpital et pendant un temps, il a servi d'asile psychiatrique.
Il était temps. Il pas plus beaucoup, là.
She's thumping. What does that
I
mean?
don't know what that means.
Et là, ça veut dire qu'il se déshydrate.
Ah,
There you go.
Tu connais un chevaux qui là?
En mulet, plutôt.
T'as des frères et sœurs?
2 frères, ils sont décédés.
Et une sœur, Jamila. Et j'ai perdu sa trace.
On va inspecter. Elle peut rester là avec les chevaux. Attention au coup de foie, hein.
He's in love. Oh,
oh.
that's new.
Well, they said it was an asylum, but I didn't expect walkers.
Going to see some horrible shots here.
Oh, I wonder if this place was just abandoned.
And they
With
just
the-
left
They
them.
just left everybody tied to the beds.
Yep.
Like in,
Yep.
yeah, like in season 1 with the guys in the old folks' home.
They just left everybody tied to the beds.
Je vais vérifier à côté. Ouais.
I mean, you'd think you'd take everything. Scissors, pliers, I mean, any kind of tool, anything.
Oh.
They always just break it off.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Well, for this one, it probably makes
Yeah.
some quick, you know. Oh, shit.
Oh.
La cause, elle est morte.
Ah non, elle n'est pas morte, la cause. Sœur Jacinta va veiller à ce que la prophétie se réalise. Aucun avion dans le ciel ces 2 derniers jours. Il faut qu'on tue ton pote.
Oh. Who's doing the archery?
Well,
You're our friend who
I
said it's
suppose,
dangerous.
Yeah. They followed him in, yeah. Oh!
right in the side of the face, too.
All right, so where'd boss lady go?
Poignard Dixon. Moi, je sais.
Ooh, he's got a grenade. Season 1 Rick.
They didn't go after the boss lady at all.
Nope. Let her
guess
like another
It's
day.
like when we had the grenade explosion earlier, and Genet just poof into the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
He's got a lot on his mind.
Because you lied to him.
Well,
People shouldn't lie. But I'm glad you did. If you told Ash the truth, you might not be here. And neither would Daryl.
You have a really special way of seeing things, don't you? You're gonna make a lot of friends at the Commonwealth.
Do you think Daryl will be able to make it back by himself?
Obviously, Carol didn't know his plan.
nah, just they don't communicate. Well, you know.
Zero.
Yeah, Greenland. I heard about that.
Hey, look, man. I don't really need any help here.
All right, fair enough.
What happened to his parents?
He's an orphan. I'm sorry about your kid. Carol told me.
They were just
I was there
gone.
when she lost Sophia. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
You lose a wife or a husband, you're a widow or a widow. If you lose a kid, there's no word for that.
Maybe that's too hard of a thing to name.
You got kids?
No.
Maybe it's a good thing you don't have that worry.
Well, he may as well have kids with Judith and company.
You know, you came here to save a kid. You still can.
Hi. I guess I am kind of glad you're coming with us.
If we're going back to her, something's gonna happen.
Hated my mother for not believing in me, but
I thought they closed that book.
I thought so as well.
Yep.
c'est quoi ce
That
bordel?
little pea shooter.
She pulls out a little pistol. All right, I'm ready. Take out
Perhaps
the
you
number one.
remember
Better
me
be ready for the
From
number
that
two.
cesspool you operate.
You came as a man and left alone.
I want the same thing you wanted.
I didn't help him. Why help you?
Ouch. I know they have an airplane. Help me find them or your friend's pretty face goes next.
This is why I don't make friends. And I don't give without getting something good in return.
What about your life?
You could take it or live it.
What do you want?
You can't take anything
She
from
just
me, so he
caved.
just caves right away. That's why she was the number 2, not
go
the number
home.
1.
Back where my people are. I help you find the boy. I get the plane and the pilot.
So, this way.
I was always waiting for someone to be like, all right, take it. I don't care.
Right into dad mode, kind of.
Yep.
Brought you something?
No way. You lug this all the way here?
Well, he allowed one carry-on, so.
Look, I know what you're gonna say. You ain't staying. It's already settled.
I'm gonna get you home, even if it means me staying behind, because if anything happens to you, I'm not gonna be able to live with myself.
He's right. Daryl has been here longer, on the ground. He knows how to survive. And you know the plane. You can help me.
Ash, this isn't about that.
It is about whatever can get that kid back to a safe place.
Don't be selfish,
Bingo.
Carol.
Yeah.
Shh.
No, they're here.
Or is that Cordana's here to warn them?
Boom.
Jacinta's still alive. They are coming for Laurent.
Better move.
We need to leave now.
You gotta go right now. Come on, help me get this wall down.
Does it bother anybody that Ash didn't say, yes, the plane's ready?
I think with him teaching Laurent,
All right, let's go
I
right
think
there.
that was kind of like the.
I gotta test the
The
engine.
final step of everything, I suppose.
Oh, shit. I can't stand her. Ugh.
Plane is on the other side. They won't see you coming this way.
Wonder if she's setting them up.
Oh no, never mind.
No,
Yeah, she's right.
that's-
They're not going to see him at all because they're
Yeah,
on the
other
like
side.
she said, other side.
I hope you get to go home soon.
Which way?
Oh,
Now here we
where
go.
She has the change of heart.
Yep.
We'll take you to the track.
Lead the way.
Really not wearing the appropriate footwear for this
Yeah,
adventure.
she's not. She's trying to help out though.
Yeah.
I think she just had a change of heart.
Yeah, she's trying to lead him away or take the long way.
Ooh, that looks like where Daryl and Ash just were, doesn't it?
Yep. A lot of red shirts about to go down, Dave.
Yep. Okay, so is every guy in body armor with a rifle going to go down and just these two are going to make it through? Is that what we're going to get?
I don't.
That's a
anticipate-
lot of guys. There's got to be 30 guys with them.
Just waiting for
say
them to
about a
start
dozen.
lunging.
Well, no.
That's a lot. They kept coming. Ah, she's smiling.
Oh,
no! All right.
Oh, right on the arm. Well, better.
Wait, it was one of the burners, though.
Yeah. So did it bite her, or did it just grab her arm?
I think it might have been just enough.
Like how Daryl got where it grabbed him.
Or just enough protection. Yeah,
It's still smoking.
Dixon will kill you. God is on our side. God gave up on us a long time ago.
Oh my God, we're losing her.
Right here.
Oh, she's not even screaming. She's just taking it.
I don't think we've ever seen that before on The Walking Dead.
Damn it. It's actually rooting for her. Has she burned on her face now?
Yeah, I think so. Face and arm.
Oh,
it is a bite! Yes!
Look at you. She got bit.
Oh, yeah, her face got burned.
Yep.
Vous deux, vous y allez, les autres, vous venez avec moi.
Oh.
Just tell me the intake, then how to do it.
Hi, look at me. I'll see you soon, all right?
Because I'm Daryl fucking Dixon.
I know. Go. Go! Help me move this! Look at
See, I love in The Walking Dead, it depends on the character and how fast they turn when they
There
get
goes
bit.
the grenade.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I thought he was going to use it for something else.
She should have turned already, especially by a burner.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. But opinions vary.
There's our guy.
Oh, he's letting her rip. One hand in it. I really hope he makes it through this season. I'm starting to like him.
I would like to
All
have...
three of these guys better make it. Carol's
We
staying.
good?
Yeah.
She's bailing.
Yeah, we're good.
She bailed.
I think that's why they showed it stop there. She's getting out.
Oh, it's going to do some.
That was a cool shot, getting some of the dirt in the camera.
You're going to do some Xander Cage stuff here.
Yeah, see that shot right there? Carol's out. Pull it!
Got him. We got the guys on the razor.
Yeah, Carol's going to take care of the razor right here.
This is epic.
Graze the wing!
Oh, it was out. Squeeze the trigger, Harley. You don't yank it.
Yeah, there's Carol.
Yep.
Suck it, motherfucker!
Right with Ash.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boy, they've given Ash some really good dialogue this season.
And he's not surprised.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't, it wasn't the, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's
It
like-
was just the nod.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that for nothing. And you're infected.
And your savior is gone. All that for nothing. And you're bit, and your face is burnt. And you're bit.
And you're...
Oh,
shit.
Oh.
Oh!
I don't really see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
Well, I think she knew her cause was
Well, she was
completely
dead
lost.
in 5 minutes. Well,
Yeah.
I say 5 minutes, but
Very
depending on how the story was going to be written for her. Dude, we're only 30 minutes
I was
in.
going to say, this whole thing is clipped along.
We still got another
with the
half
story.
to go.
Yeah.
The couple I met at the demi-monde. They can help us get to England. From there, you may find a way across to America.
You speak English?
They're from Scotland, so...
No.
Je peux venir, tu sais.
Ah, je sais pas, j'aime Paris. Et j'espère toujours retrouver Jamila.
Fallou. Maybe your pals could stop pointing those things at us.
Bonjour, mes amis. This is Fiona and Angus. They will be our guides to the island.
Good to see you.
No supplies to get through the checkpoint.
Wine? Food? Very good.
At least one more than we need.
Oh.
What was it really like before the world turned to shite?
Parfait. Well, most of the time. Of course, some things were not always so good. I had these neighbors, Desjardins, the white family. I worked in the hospital back then, so I came and went at all hours. They complained about it. And Monsieur Desjardins, he does his job. Start calling me names. Terrible words. Tell me I should go and live in that good door. My people. The world changed. Wait for this terrible thing to pass. One night I heard nothing. I grabbed my weapon. He thinks she's dead, but no. The airway was blocked, and she passed out. I got her breathing again. She smiled at me.
And the father?
He took her and left. But I saw gratitude in his eyes.
The apocalypse put an end to racism.
Maybe it leveled the field a tiny bit. Only two kinds of people now. The dead and the living.
All right, so here's a prime opportunity for some one-on-one time.
Prime opportunity for something to go wrong is what this is.
Come on, man.
There we
All
go.
right.
There it is.
Someone's dying. No way, dude. There's a new love on here.
I know I
hope I'm wrong.
Au revoir. Demain, je serai trop timide.
Allons, viens avec nous.
Passons Jamila.
Okay, maybe it's just as simple as I'm not coming with you.
I thought we were losing this poor guy like the first episode he was in.
Oh,
I worry for him.
Gave us a moment to something nice.
Yep, I'm really nervous now.
I'm sorry about what happened.
She's probably in a better place, huh?
Like my brother. His name was Michel. It's a very old name in France. It was so hard to see him that way. Having to finish him off. You never told me what happened when you killed Michel.
You didn't kill him.
Finally!
Go beat me to it.
I was trying.
How many episodes?
What girl?
A skinny girl on the road. She was with some old guy who he tricked me into thinking he was blind.
Yeah, remember that?
Told me it was you.
Yep.
The things I did, all of that just because of her.
Yeah.
I guess she was a pretty good liar.
Everything he did was based on that lie.
Yeah.
Ezekiel's probably showing Ash around. Maybe Judith is trying to teach Laurent how to use her katana. Never felt like home. I can't remember her face.
Oh no.
All I see is her after at the farm. It was her before. That little girl that I would read stories to. And that's Sophia away. All that's left is what came out of the barn.
It's more than that.
It's been so long. It all just got churned up again. Her, Lizzie, Henry.
Yep.
None of that's your fault.
It's good to see that
Keep going.
we're seeing some of that emotion and those thoughts come up. It's always wondered.
You know,
So the show is pushing forward.
yeah, well, we always had time jumps and, a number of years would pass and they would never show us what the characters went through during that.
Jeez.
Channel. Took us about 9 hours to walk this on the way here.
Hey, just walk this dark tunnel. Nothing will happen.
Bon courage, mes amis. J'ai une raison de rester maintenant.
Je t'avais prévenu.
It's been a privilege fighting with you guys.
Thank you for everything.
Perdant pour toujours.
What did he say?
He said you're brothers in arms.
Well, that's all he said.
Your French is getting better.
So are we losing the Scottish people?
Hell is that?
Guano.
That shit. Don't touch it.
Don't kick it up either.
Stuff's psychoactive.
How do we know how far we've gone?
That yellow door leads to a service tunnel.
That must be a checkpoint.
English? Why so close to France?
To keep out the fucking French.
Hey, relax, man.
Keep your guns away. Let me do the talking. You'll just piss them off. We're British.
Oh,
Please
there's
don't
smoke. You
shoot.
see the head?
We come
Back
bearing
up.
gifts. And
We should stop making noise right about now.
Guess they're not going to be needing a wand.
Oh, that wasn't locked.
No.
Let there be.
Oh, a bunch of them got taken out.
They killed each other.
Why would they do that?
maybe it's the guano. If you breathe it in too long, you can start to see things. Start getting you paranoid.
They lose their minds.
Batshit crazy? Is that where that comes from? Holy cow!
I was
just learned that.
starting to think that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look
Yeah, I
this
mean,
stuff up.
guano is nasty stuff.
Sorry for the lack of knowledge, folks, but I'm definitely gonna have to investigate.
I've heard the saying your whole life, but now is the only time I've ever heard a reference of.
Oh, are we getting a spot from the trailer where we saw all that green?
It's glowing.
Bioluminescence.
Some animals and plants generate their own light.
Like fireflies.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Walker.
What the fuck is gonna happen here?
We gonna get Joel and Ellie to show up here or what?
Oh, the fungus is growing on all the walkers. I always thought we got bioluminescent walkers, but it's the plants.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys can't be breathing this in.
That's why they all had those gas masks.
Hey, wasn't this in Dead City too?
Don't worry about me, Froggy.
Somebody remind me, didn't we see this in Dead City too with Maggie?
We did see Dead City, yep.
Is he starting to feel it too now?
You guys better get into one of those service tunnels.
Oh,
Look at that.
Service tunnels.
Oh, that was cool. The splat with the fungus.
Don't get it on you, Daryl. Nope, let's back up. Oh, now we're getting Scarecrow vibes from Batman Begins. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Not Carol.
Oh, it's one behind
Carol,
you.
turn around. No, Corden.
Oh, you see, brother.
Get my brother!
Oh, God.
Oh, everything was going so well with our group.
I don't like that they're still breathing all this in. Carol, please.
Oh, wow, it's her. As a walker, holy cow.
That's the first time we've ever seen a Carol walker. Wow.
Is she gonna see herself again?
I don't like this. I don't like this. Is Daryl gonna have to take him out so he doesn't get taken out?
Maybe, maybe just
here?
knock him out here in a chokehold. Oh!
It's me.
Daryl's over here being a pincushion.
Oh,
man.
You think they're making it through 90 kilometers of this?
Absolutely not.
Do you think we're gonna see Merle?
No way. They're not paying Michael.
For like 2 minutes on screen? Oh! Oh, it was a trap by these two. Oh.
Now she sees her face.
Here you are.
Wait, did Carol get bit? And that's why she could see it now?
Sorry, pal. There's not enough masks for the lot of us.
Oh, is he seeing Izzy?
It's been so long.
Oh, the reunion we never got.
Well, I'm worried she's hugging a walker.
Can he come with you?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. The symbolism there. Not yet, Carol. Yep.
You think you've had enough? But you won't die here.
It's Dad's dog tags? Or grandfather's?
Not like him.
Yeah,
Remember
this is
from the end of
Yeah.
one?
Yep, there he is.
Bet on hope.
There we go.
There you go.
Now you're fucked. There we go. Thank you.
Oh.
One for good fucking measure.
Got a double tap.
Wait a minute.
Seen her awfully clearly.
Bon courage,
there.
Monsieur Dixon.
Oh, okay. One last time. Fireflies.
Yep.
All right, let's find Carol. I was really hoping we weren't going to lose our other guy.
It's like fear. They only need it part of the time.
You okay?
Let's go home.
You ran off.
Let's go home.
Well, hopefully Ash doesn't come back to Paris looking for him. They never told Ash their plans of going to England.
Oh, what a shot.
Daryl, season 3, coming next year. That's it? That can't be.
There'll be a post-credit.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, folks, I don't know if I'm,
Are you
I don't know what, I don't know if I'm, I don't know. I don't know what I am.
It was an
I don't
interesting,
know what I am.
It was an
It's not like
interesting ending.
I hate it. I don't know if I love it, but I'm somewhere in the spectrum of, I don't know.
Yeah, I know we kind of wondered and speculated on the previous episode how they would end this season. Would it be a complete close in that chapter and we would move on to the next? I know we thought they would somehow get to Spain, not England, because that's apparently
well, they could be shooting.
Yeah, as far as where we knew they were shooting, as many of you know, for season 3. But so I like the twist of just to pick up on the ending from you were talking about going through the channel. We got kind of the fever dreams for everyone with the back Orana. The only reason I know anything about that is from watching episodes of Survivor Man with Les Stroud, knowing that the bat guarana will do things to people, and it's incredibly toxic. But beyond that, I loved that we got to have the goodbyes to some of our characters. Carol got to have some kind of goodbye with Sophia. Daryl got to have one with Isabella, and Cordron, however you say it, who knows where he's at. The only guy who got a happy ending was our guy Fallou, who I thought we were going to lose him the first episode we saw him. Like, oh, this guy, he's helping him out. Poor guy's going to be a red shirt. And he just kept beating the odds in every episode. So I was very happy to see him get a happy ending, especially in this episode, because he got so much dialogue around the campfire. I'm like, oh, here we go. Seen this before. This is going to be the end. But he got a happy ending, so that was good. Look, so much happened in this episode. We had, Carol and Ash kind of having their moment a little bit where they explain things. Ash seemed to come around with Laurent, and, presumably everything went fine there. That whole action sequence they did at the makeshift airstrip was just awesome. We had everybody there in one spot. We had the great shots of, the slow motion of Daryl taking the shots with the rifle. Carol eventually had hers, the action. And a lot of our baddies got theirs, which I was happy to see. Now, there's still a few of them out there, so we'll see how that plays out. But I think it's safe to say our enemies from this season are done with, and I think we can close the book on them. I don't think we'll be seeing them again. So we'll see what kind of new adventures Daryl and Carol get into here in England. But, just a great story. Everybody kind of had their moment, so to speak, in this episode. I really like that Daryl and Cordron had the moment with the fire where Daryl's like, well, I didn't take your brother out, and he finally got the truth there. It was unfortunate that the hallucination kind of came back and Daryl got stabbed, which, for Daryl, I guess getting stabbed is no big deal in the apocalypse. Dirty knife, no infection, you'll be fine. But look, I liked the way that this one ended. I liked that essentially I feel the chapter was closed on this story, and now we're going to be starting a new one with Daryl and Carol in England and seeing how that goes. And I'll just wrap everything up with, I thought from an artistic standpoint, this show is hands down the best of any of the Walking Dead that we've seen. Aside from maybe some of the earlier seasons of the main show, but even then, those had good story and characters. They didn't have the beauty shots and the prosthetics on a bunch of the walkers that we had in this one. And I really liked this spin-off of Daryl Dixon. I thought it was A+ top notch, and I hope many of you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty solid finish to the second season. It's a good lead-in to what's next. What I really loved about this one was how they tied things back together with Ash and made things okay. Because, look, I was right from the jump when she was lying to him about getting over to France. I was like, well, this isn't going to go good.
Eventually.
What happens when you get there? And, of course, on the other side of the ocean, we had the story about Laurent. And, they made it very clear that people were going to keep coming after him because of his background, lore, story, whatever you want to call it, and that getting him to America was the only way to keep him safe, at least in France for that matter. And then with Ash's background, having lost a son, I thought they did that really well. They gave us that little like bonding moment where, okay, yeah, here's how the headset works, and I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be good. You knew Carol was gonna stay, right? Like you knew she was gonna stay with Daryl. They teased that. But then they started giving us shots inside the plane. It's like, all right,
she's not there.
Pretty obvious. They're not showing her. So that was well done. I liked that Fallou got a happy ending, at least for this particular episode. It's pretty sketchy that the people Fallou trusted kind of turned on Daryl and Carol and Cardone. And it seemed like they knew what was going to happen.
That's what I'm wondering. Were they always going to turn on them, or did they turn on them because of the circumstance?
I think I would like to think because of the circumstances. But the thing is they said they walked 9 hours there, so they had to have known that they were going to need masks.
Yep.
To get there. So you'd think they would have said, "Hey, we walked 9 hours to get here. There's a lot of bad shit in there. You're going to need your gas mask, otherwise there's going to be problems." And that was not brought up at all. And I can't speak to the shortage or of gas masks in this post-apocalyptic world, but you think that's a journey that you wouldn't have made if not even feasible,
because they seem surprised by what they found.
Or even if there's limited gas masks. Look, and we're not scientists here, guys. We're not doctors. But if you had two and you like rotated for the whole 9 hours, I mean, is that going to keep you alive? Of course, we've seen similar scenes underwater with oxygen tanks where if you go back and forth and share the oxygen, if you only have one tank for a few people, then there's a short-term survival factor, But I don't know how that would have worked. But in any regard, that was interesting. If I have one gripe about the episode, they pulled the exact same thing they did with Genet. Boom, explosion, and not like an instant, shit, where'd Genet go? We got to find her. So they're in the asylum, and they get kind of ambushed, and they take 3 people out, and they didn't like immediately say, go get the other one, other one. And how did she get away? Did she get away in a Jeep, a car? I mean, she was just
gone.
Vanished into thin air. And I was like, okay, I don't need every single detail, but it was the second time they did that to us. So I was like, all right, whatever. I would like to think that Ash and Laurent got back to the U.S. safely. I don't know if they're going to even touch on that in season 3. That's what I'm curious about, because obviously season 3 is about continuing now Daryl and Carol's story, and what we presume is going to be England, unless they turn around and go back to France. But I think it's pretty clear that they're headed that way. But I wonder if they're even going to touch on it, because that's not, not Carol and Daryl's story. Are they going to give us the satisfaction of letting us know that they made it there okay?
I think we can probably safely assume they made it, given that Ash was able to make it there. He seemed in pretty good spirits. The plane was all fixed up.
Gas,
they had their fuel. They were way lighter.
Yeah.
On the way back than the way there, because they didn't have Carol.
Well, they had extra fuel.
Yeah. So.
But overall, I thought this was a really good season. I do agree with Mason Quinn. The scenery in France, the countryside, the Eiffel Tower. Of course, the nest. I mean, just incredibly beautiful scenery, which brought kind of a different feel to this whole Walking Dead universe than what we're previously used to. I think
cameras were a huge upgrade too.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's Walking Dead in the UK, Walking Dead in France, it's Walking Dead in Europe. I mean, so it's we're getting different vibes. I'm very curious to see what it looks like over in the UK for the next season, by the way. But overall, a pretty solid season. I liked the writing. I liked the character development. I would have liked more Codron at the end, but he kind of went off following his brother. They kind of gave you that, like, he might not have made it because he was going to be with his brother, but it looked like he walked the other way in the tunnel. Didn't it look like he went the other way? So I don't know if he was going in or out. So maybe he followed his brother back out into a fresh air situation, or back into another one of the military tents where he would have been able to get a gas mask. So we didn't. What do we always say?
We didn't see it.
We didn't see it.
Oh, I don't think he's gone for sure.
We didn't see it, so I hope we see Codron again. I really liked his character arc. I loved that they gave us a conversation at the end where Daryl's like, dude, it wasn't me, you know? So overall, a solid season for me. A few nitpicks here and there, but for the most part, as far as the extended Walking Dead universe, I think this was done very well.
Yeah, what I really liked about this episode was Carol with the visions of Sophia. For a minute there, when she was on top of Carol, the Walker Carol, I was almost wondering if, is it really a Carol Walker? Because unless I missed it, they didn't really, they were showing her on top, and then the next scene was just, she's, just kind of there.
Yeah, they didn't
and the Walker was gone.
Yeah, Walker was gone. So I don't know. I just wonder if that was just a vision in her head of her right there, which is probably the case. With the visions of Walker, Sophia, then turned into actual Sophia. So now I'm wondering if that was just the sign that Carol is now finally able to see Sophia beyond the farm Walker Sophia. That's kind of how I was picking it up, but I'm not 100% sure. So hopefully now Carol has found some peace within herself now from that, which maybe was the tip of the hat right there when Daryl said, hey, are you okay? And she's like, I think so, or however she worded that.
Because she seemed to have a bit of a smile at the end there, Carol did.
She seemed more peaceful.
Yeah.
Well, I think the big part is they gave us where she said she can't remember Sophia's face. She said that.
Right.
I can't remember her face. The only Sophia I see is Barn Sophia. And then they gave us that moment of peace where she remembered her face again. And we got that reunion that we were all hoping for in season 2, that hug, you're okay, you've got your bunny or bear, whichever one it was. But so I think that was the big part of there was a sense of I don't even want to say closure, because there's not going to be closure.
There's a little,
but it's interesting because had they not,
at least for the TV show, closure,
had you not been in a situation in the tunnel with the guano, the bad poop guano, had you not been in the tunnel in that situation, you would not have had the psychosis or whatever they call it, and you would not have had that image of Sophia. And so for what is sometimes a very cliche statement, things happened exactly the way they needed them to happen. The fact that they walked into that tunnel, they breathed that in.
Things work out just the way they're supposed to.
Just the way they're supposed to. So.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool, finally seeing some of that. Considering all the seasons that we've had with Carol, now they're finally exploring it, because I don't know, it probably did make the cut, but I was always kind of curious, how some of our characters think about their past, because the show just keeps pushing forward. Characters keep pushing forward too, because they're always presented with new things, but there is downtime because they give us
time jumps.
They give us time jumps, and they talk about how peaceful those time jumps were. I'm sure some thoughts have to be ringing through their head. I mean, this is a pretty, not a normal world, but it's normal now because we're 11, 12, 15 years into whatever we are. So there's got to be some thoughts, right?
Yeah,
so it was good to see that we got Sophia.
Yeah, when you're not running for your life all the time, you have time to think about
that. Anna, wow, she was a trooper. Way to go out on the sword, pretty much. Yeah. Another one gone. So that basically closes off that whole section now from Quinn, now Anna. We got Isabel. Those 3 gone from the first season. Good to see Clements back in here for one last run where Daryl was having visions too. I'm kind of curious when what's her name took herself out.
The second in command.
Yeah, I can't remember her name right now, but either way, she took herself out. What happened to save
Jacinta?
Yeah, what happened to Sabine and the rest of the crew? Because remember they had the shot. Carol and Daryl look back, and then we're off to another scene. So did they all just say, well, good job, guys. We're going to go this way now. Yeah. You guys go that way. So I wish we would have had a little wrap-up of, did they let them go officially? Because that's the only thing I can think of right now is everyone just kind of went their own ways. But I feel like it shouldn't be that simple because they were just literally trying to take him out.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Daryl and Carol should have just went through a lineup on him and just taken him out, but just to see some kind of closure where the guys are like, hey, yep,
yeah,
weapons, and they just walk off, right? Because they were believing in the cause, but that cause was done as soon as Laurent and Ash went up in the air. What I'm curious when season 3 comes around, how are they gonna explain stuff with Cordon? I'm kind of curious to see what will happen off screen. So hopefully they give us some like recorded moments or flashbacks of him making it through the tunnel, because we all know he's not done. Otherwise they would have showed it, but he's not done, at least in my opinion. So I'm hoping we get some flashbacks in season 3, but most likely they're probably only going to give us some verbiage and we have to play it out in our heads. I hope that's not the case, at least for my taste. Glad Fallou made it, because I was with you, Quinn. I was for sure season 1 he wasn't getting out of. I was always saying in here season 2, I'm sure they're going to take him out here, but they kept him in, so I'm glad they did, because it's nice to see that we probably won't see him in season 3, but at least we know now if we're ever back here in Paris. Fallou's still around.
At least somebody got a W out of it.
Maybe in season 3, Fallou and his lady friend find his lady friend's sister, and then together they go.
Could be. Who knows? Maybe they send a pigeon on the wire and they get some messages around. Who knows?
Tequila.
And then Ash and Laurent, I had the same. I'm assuming they made it right, because they sent it off in a happy way. So I'm hoping whenever we can get back to the Commonwealth, there has to be some kind of like Avengers Endgame blowout for The Walking Dead whenever that time comes, for everyone that is still alive to be together. So I hope that's in the future plans. Hopefully nothing gets canceled in the time being, because I feel like with some of these spinoffs, no matter how much star power we get with Rick, Daryl, Maggie, Negan, I feel like folks are now starting to kind of fall off just a smidge. Yeah. But maybe, and the core is still there, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like the core is still there, but we started like, small, got to here, now we're kind of back here. Maybe I'm really off on that, but
the mainstream audience definitely isn't there like it used to.
And that's fine. As long as AMC and everyone else still says we have enough here to get these stories out, I'm happy, and just keep bringing it. I don't care what anyone else says, just keep bringing it. I am curious to see what you folks think now that we're heading on to Dead City with season 2. They have 8 episodes, so I'm kind of curious to see what everyone's thoughts are for that. And then we got season 3 of Daryl. So now I do know Gimple was kind of mentioning or hinting that there could be more spin-offs coming with some other characters. So let's see if that happens. I'm kind of curious now that we got Rick, because the big thing for everybody was Rick and Michonne. Now that that's done, like how are we getting the characters back to our big reunion? Because that's pretty much where we're heading to now, is some kind of big reunion. I know we're going to go off the forbidden path, give us some stories, give us some spin-offs, but at some point there has to be a come together for everyone to be together.
Yeah, I mean, I think
can't be the only one thinking that.
I think if they do that, it'll be like 10 minutes or 5 minutes of whatever the final episode is of The Walking Dead.
They cannot rush that.
I don't see them having a series of that full cast.
It doesn't have to be a series, but just something to where we're getting back. But that big reunion cannot be like the end of Rick and Michonne's show, where it was just like, wait, what did the ending?
We're a family.
We're family, and then cut. So
what was that?
Either way, I'm real curious to see what you guys think about the upcoming.
Dead City's gonna have a lot to live up to. Look, we all love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Lauren Cohan is amazing, but what Daryl has given us in 2 seasons, just from a visual standpoint, and look, I think the story has been very strong. The bar is really high for Dead City, and I don't think it's going to be better than Daryl Dixon. I'm just hoping that I'm entertained with whatever Dead City.
My biggest thing with Dead City is I think JDM and nothing against Lauren. Nothing against Maggie, Lauren. Because she's phenomenal, but I think like fans will tune in, like anything Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in, I'm like, all right, count me in. You know, he's like one of those actors where anything, and now it feels like everything he's in he's Negan. You know,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
like,
much.
But I mean, if you go
Rampage.
back like pre-Negan, it feels like okay, but he kind of was Negan before Negan,
Yeah.
and that's maybe how he got that character. Is they were like, you know what, this guy is
Do what you did in Supernatural.
Yeah,
and,
this guy is exactly who we need. But now all you see is Negan everywhere, and I love his character so much. And I'm always like, okay, where is he going to go next? Is he going to be Negan? Is he going to be Redemption Negan? Is he going to be some sort of hybrid of both? That you know what, we need a little bit of the old Negan here. So I'm curious for it. But.
Are we doing ratings for the season?
We don't need boards. Right now I'm going to give it a 3.9 for Daryl in the second season. I can't even remember what I did for the first season, or if we did it, which we probably didn't.
I've got
3.9 for me on this one.
mine handy, so it's a 4 for me. Hopefully that doesn't blow out too much, but yeah, for me this one's a 4. Look, artistically, I thought it was beautiful. Kind of a strange word to use in the world of The Walking Dead, but I thought it was beautiful. I love the stories. I like that we had a compact, tight story. A few nitpicks here and there. Yeah, maybe, but overall, everything else made up for it. And big shout out to Greg Nicotero and his crew.
Yeah, they did awesome.
Some amazing walkers.
Shout outs to the crew. Yeah. Guys crushed it.
That couldn't have been easy.
That's a 4 for me as well. Liked the story. Loved the setting in France. Loved the introduction of some new characters.
Glad they kept Ash alive, because we're all certain that he's done.
Loved Ash. But yeah, a few things that I can nitpick about, a few holes in the story that I wasn't crazy about, which we've touched upon along the way, so I don't need to rehash those. But a 4 for me, definitely a good show, good season.
All right, folks. Well, that was the finale of Daryl Dixon Season 2. So that's Diamond Dave Damone. He's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine, and we'll see you right back here for Season 3.